My main issues are with what Apple has done for other aspects of their business and what they still continue to choose to not do. So how I view Apple right now, and I think a lot of people would, is that they are a cell phone company. They have other devices, but everything runs through the iPhone. Okay? So everything runs through the iPhone. So you want an Apple Watch. You can't even use it unless you have an iPhone. AirPods. Yeah, technically they work with other Apple products, but chances are using those AirPods with your iPhone. You have an iPad. Sure, you can use it by itself, but I'd like to see the numbers of people who have iPads for personal use that also don't have iPhones. Same thing with the Mac. Yeah, people will have Macs, but again, how many people who have Macs don't have iPhones? Not saying that you got the Mac because you have an iPhone. I will say I fell into that category where I found that I was doing a lot of typing on the iPhone, typing on the iPhone, and I said, you know what, it'll be easier to do it on a full-size keyboard. So I got a Mac for that reason. And after they transitioned over to M1, then yeah, everything was absolutely great. But yeah, all that to say, yeah, Apple is an iPhone company that does a bunch of other things that surround the iPhone. So I get they want to keep as tight a grip on this thing, and this is an iPhone 12 mini, so I don't have a 14, but they want to keep as tight a grip on this as possible. And the way they do that is by not opening certain things up. So one thing they did open up, kind of, and I think I kind of have three things where you'll see, okay, this is Apple, opening up a little bit, is FaceTime. FaceTime for a while was like, oh man, it's great. You want to FaceTime, of course you have to have an iPhone or an Apple product, but FaceTime kind of became a verb, like, oh, let's FaceTime. Even if you were using a different video conferencing app, it still was, hey, let's FaceTime. I mean, kind of how Skype was in the past, but yeah, FaceTime was it, except Skype you could use on different platforms, whereas with FaceTime, you had to use an Apple product. So whatever, but as a result of the pandemic, and I feel it was a result of the pandemic, Apple decided to open up FaceTime a little bit and allow Apple users to send a link to non-Apple users to join a FaceTime call. Is that making the FaceTime API or protocol, whatever, open? No, it's not. But at least it's giving people access to FaceTime. But there are so many other video conferencing options out there that at this point, FaceTime I don't think it's not that important. I mean, it's still cool that it exists, but in terms of it being core to a reason you would have an Apple product, no longer a thing.